Once it's smooth and rounded, I recommend adding your handle before you add your decorations. If you're doing, a texture on the outside that you rolled through the slab roller, well, your textures are already going to be on there. So there are several different handles that you can create. So the first handle that you can make is just a simple coil handle. It's really important, though, that when you create this coil, you create it in the shape of a carrot, where it is fat on one side and skinny on another. So I'm just going to take some clay, and I'm just going to kind of squeeze it into that carrot shape to begin with. And then I'm going to roll it, and as I roll it, I want to keep my hands kind of at an angle. You never ever want to just attach a straight coil onto your mug, because you need to have some area that is bigger at the top that can support the pressure. If you use just a coil like this, you have a smaller surface area in which you're putting all this pressure. So you want to make sure you have one area that's slightly bigger than the bottom. So you can take your mug and you can kind of place it on there and create, and I kind of want to cut this a little bit at an angle, like that. You can create kind of the shape that you like, and then I'm just going to taper the bottom off for this. And that's going to be my handle for my coil handle. The other type of handle that you can create is a slab handle. And I recommend you want a thicker slab. So I just kind of push it into about a 1 inch, and I can use the small roller to just roll that out. So it's a thicker slab because you need to have a large surface area when you attach it. So I'm going to create just kind of one of those one handle slabs, and I'm going to draw it out with my needle tool first. So once I've created my design, I'm going to use a knife and I'm going to carefully cut this out. So once I've cut it out, I've got to blend all these edges carefully because they will be sharp. If I don't blend them and make them kind of softer, it's going to be uncomfortable to use that handle. So that would be my slab mug. That's a great one for if you want to do one of those one finger handles. They're kind of great if you like to grip your entire mug while you're drinking. The other option is a pulled handle. And this one will give you bonus points. So if you choose to make a pulled handle, you're going to start by using a coil, again in that carrot shape. Then what you're going to do using a wet sponge, you wrap the sponge around the handle and you pull down. And with every pull, you flip the handle over and you're stretching out this handle. Once you've kind of got a thickness that you like, you're then going to cut this handle into kind of a shape that you want for your mug. So I like to place my mug to the side and then going to cut. See again how we have a larger surface area here that we're going to attach. And then you can even do fancy things. I could roll this over, or you could simply just attach it. But because you've used a wet sponge, this is now very slippy. So you've got to kind of leave it in the shape that you want and let it get leather hard. So while I'm letting this get leather hard, I'm going to show you how to attach the other two types of handles. So this is, remember, my coil handle. And again, with the coil handle, I need an area that's slightly thicker. I'm going to place it onto my mug. And I always like to kind of look down from the top view to make sure that it's straight, because you could easily put a handle, it looks straight this way, but when you look at it on the side, it's crooked. So I kind of like to align it up and make sure it's straight. I use my needle tool just to kind of mark the area that I need to score. I'm going to score both the mug and the handle. And then I'm going to add slip. Both the mug and the handle. And I really want to support the inside as I push this onto the mug. And I like to kind of just push, and I'll often leave just like a little thumbprint. It's just an aesthetic thing for me. And you want to make sure that's really secure. You're then going to take a brush and smooth this area out. Same as below to remove any excess score marks. My handle is just a little bit dry, so I'm just going to help it out a little. If you would like to, you can also add a small reinforcing coil around the top of the handle, because think about it, this is going to take most of the pressure. So I just add that little bit of slip around there. And then I'm just going to add a very thin coil all the way around. And then I just take my brush and I use my brush to kind of make sure it's attached. So then I just take my wood modeling tool and carefully blend to ensure that it's smooth and attached. You don't have to do this step. This is just if you're worried about the security of your handle. Again, I'm going to smooth everything out using a wet brush. All right, so that was how to attach the coil handle. Similarly, for the slab handle, I'm going to mark where I want to place it. Check from the top that it's actually straight. I'm going to score that area. So both the mug and the handle. Add my slip. Again, supporting from the inside, I'm really going to secure that on, and I'm really going to push quite firmly from both the inside and the outside. Again, taking my brush, I just smooth out this area. I don't want any score marks left. And that would be the attachment of my slab handle. Lastly, for my pulled handle, it would be exactly the same as my coil. Mark the area, score and slip. If you would like to add a reinforcing coil, you can, but you don't have to. Really push to secure it on there while supporting the back. Same as below. Sometimes people will even take their thumb and you can kind of push and make like a little thumb divot. That's kind of nice too, because then you can rest your thumb on it. Smooth the area around with the brush. And now you're ready to start decorating it. So if you're going to do additive features, now would be a good time. If you're going to stamp into it, you always want to make sure to support the inside as you do that.